Welcome to our Regulations video series. I'm Laura, your Customer Success Manager, here to guide you through the Washington Privacy Act, RCW 9.73.030, and its key compliance requirements for businesses operating online. The Washington Privacy Act, enacted in 1967, is one of the strictest recording laws in the country. It prohibits intercepting or recording any private communication or conversation without the consent of all participants. Washington courts have confirmed that electronic messages are protected, and plaintiffs are now invoking the Act against website tracking, session recording, and chat tools. The Act was enacted in 1967, a year before the Federal Wiretap Act. Amendments through 1986 added emergency exemptions and the consent by announcement mechanism. In 2002, the Washington Supreme Court confirmed in State v. Townsend that electronic messages are protected private communications, and in recent years, plaintiffs have invoked the Act against website tracking technologies as part of the nationwide website wiretapping litigation wave. The Act applies to any individual, business, or even Washington government body that intercepts or records private communications or conversations. It reaches out-of-state companies whose websites and call centers interact with Washington residents, websites using chat tools, session recording, or tracking pixels, and any business recording calls or meetings with Washington participants. Recording with all-party consent is lawful. Uniquely, Washington allows consent by announcement, telling all parties in a reasonably effective manner that recording is about to begin, with the announcement itself recorded. One-party consent applies to emergencies, threats, and harassing calls. Journalists have a news-gathering provision, and communications that are not private fall outside the Act entirely. Businesses must obtain the consent of all participants before intercepting or recording any private communication. Use the announcement mechanism on calls. State clearly that recording is about to begin and make sure that announcement is captured. Inventory every technology that records or transmits communications. Keep vendors from receiving contents before consent. And remember, the Act binds corporations directly. Website owners should provide clear, upfront notice and obtain consent before chat tools, session recording, or pixels capture visitor communications. Washington's announcement principle translates well online. A prominent notice that recording is about to begin, shown before any capture and acknowledged by the visitor, is the strongest position. Show recording notices before chat sessions. Block non-essential scripts until consent. Disclose everything in your privacy policy and keep time-stamped consent records. Recordings obtained in violation of the Act are inadmissible in any Washington civil or criminal proceeding, a powerful consequence beyond damages. Whether a communication is private is assessed case by case, so sensitive form inputs and support conversations deserve the most care. Businesses handling consumer health data should also note Washington's separate My Health, My Data Act, and vendor contracts should be reviewed for what they receive from Washington users. Individuals have the right not to have their private communications intercepted or recorded without consent. They can sue and recover actual damages, including mental pain and suffering, or liquidated damages of $100 per day of violation up to $1,000, whichever is greater, plus attorney fees. They can also have unlawfully obtained recordings excluded from evidence. Violating the Act is a gross misdemeanor, punishable by up to 364 days in county jail and a $5,000 fine. Civil plaintiffs can recover actual or liquidated damages plus attorney fees, and class actions can multiply that exposure across thousands of website visitors. Unlawfully obtained recordings are also inadmissible in Washington courts. Thank you for joining us. At Clym, we're here to help you navigate compliance with ease. Visit us at clym.io to learn more about our all-in-one digital compliance solution.